What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? What's up, Sunit? Pretty good. What's up, Daryl? Hopefully everybody's doing okay this weekend. Thought I'd hop on for a few minutes. I won't stay on too long tonight. Just thought I'd get on and see if anybody needed any help or what you've been looking at, if you had any questions on anything, what we were looking at this coming week. Markets closed tomorrow. President's Day and all that good stuff. So Daryl Martin, King. What's up, Eric? Kashi, doing well, doing well. What's up, Mike Khan? Hopefully everybody's okay. Hmm. Oh, been looking. Want to do a couple of. No, 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 Maggie. No, no. The cat wants to get right behind me every time. I've been looking at. What's up, Julius? Michael Arnold. What's up, Deborah? Y'all okay? Been kind of trying to make my mind up with. Let's see, is this switching? What's the new setup with turbo options? I don't get. Do I have to switch the screen every time? What's up, Minky? Here we go. Hello, Lena. Sunit, how do you draw morning structure pre-market box in trading view? We can do that, man. We can do that. Let me get trading view pulled up here for you. Let's see here. Is there a way to paper trade? Hey, Shelly. Is there a way to paper trade using a replay on Webull to practice getting in? I don't think so, Mike. I'll look into that, but I don't think there is. You can replay it on there somehow, but I don't think you can get in and out of trades doing that. I think you can replay the bars or replay the chart. Um, and you can get. I don't know that you can do it on TradeView. You can go back and watch it in real time, like on TradingView, but I don't think you can enter trades like that, if I'm not mistaken. If so, I'll Google that or look it up for you. I don't believe so though. I don't believe so. It'd be cool if you could. Okay, so let's do. Uh, um, was it pre-market and how do you draw the morning structure slash pre-market box of TradingView? Let's go back to Friday. Friday's a Friday was a wide swing from pre-market. It never got in a tight group. I was telling somebody this earlier. When it's like that, I will go back and mark the top with a horizontal line. Just come to your trends. I'll do a horizontal ray. So here's the bottom. I'll do another one on the top right here. Now, I want to show you something. When it's real wide like this, so this is like 608.60 to 610. I mean, it don't sound wide, but when it's blown up like this, you can see I had this rectangle. Look, we stayed in this range all day. We traded in that range. We stayed in that range most of the day. And it'll often act like that based on your pre-market. And what I like to do is, there's two ways of trading that. You can wait on breakouts. You can try to find your structure and get in on support, get out on resistance. You only had two little breakups over it. You can't trade that. That's just a big old fake out. That's all that is. So let's take away this rectangle. First thing I do, I'm gonna go back to the high and the low of pre-market. I'm gonna mark this. And I'll find the last 30 minutes to an hour. You'll start getting in a little range. And I would say to Friday, here's 8:55. The way Josh does this is he'll take the first three candles, and if you'll notice, 1, 2, 3. Most of the time, Josh marks the bodies of these. This never broke, guys. Friday was a horrible day for chop. Never got a trend, never got a breakout. All you could do was play the top of range. So your first three 5-minute candles, 1, 2, 3. He marks the tops of the bodies and the bottoms of the bodies. Here's the bottom of that body. There's basically no breakout, no confirmation doing that. This was a hard day to trade if you're trying to trade like that. So on a range day like this, let me go back and show you what I would do. That works good on a breakout day. If you can get this third candle and the first candle marked up, you get you a little box going. I come back here. I'm going to mark the day before's high. I'm going to show you where you could have got a trade. I always do this. I always mark my previous day high, my previous day low. Okay, which was huge. This was a big old trend. Look at that day. I'll take one of those days any day. Okay, here's your high. If you'll notice, right there at the end of the day and into after hours, we get a range forming. You see that? So you can draw you a text box and write in it over here, or you can just set yourself a color like you can make this red for your supports. I'll probably change this one too. And immediately I could see these are 15s. Now let's go to a 5. What's going on, Kashi? Yes, market is close tomorrow. Market is close tomorrow. Oh my God. Is this not changing? Uh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we are on TradingView. My bad, guys, my bad. So what I said is we go back to the day before. This is something you really need to do. You need to start doing. You can mark these however you want them, whatever color, something indicating to you that this was the previous day high. I would probably set this on the bodies to be a little more accurate on like a 5 if you're using fives or like a smaller time frame. And then we had the bottom. You see this little, when I do a rectangle, you see that trend forming in the after hours, that little trend. That was a decent little piece of structure that formed up for us, okay? Now, if I missed anything, I'm so sorry, guys. I've got my I added another monitor and the comments are like way over there. I had to move. I'm so sorry. I couldn't see anybody saying anything. I'm so sorry. Okay, mark your highs of the previous day, this yellow line. I was pretty confident getting getting calls early. We were coming we were coming up on the MACD, firing up. RSI was hot. I mean, it was at opening at a 60. So it had plenty of room to run even on a 5 minute. Now, here was here was what I wanted to do. I wanted to start closing candles over the previous day high, and the previous day high ended up becoming my support. Okay. So right off the bat, right off the rip, and yeah, you could mark these pre-market highs too, but there's not a lot of volume on these candles. There's just not a lot of volume on these candles. You can make it weak or, a little gray line or something. But immediately we started getting candle closes above VWAP, above the 9 EMA right off the rip, right off the bat, with the RSI up, with the MACD pointing up. I was fine to get calls right here because we were closing over the previous day high. Now, if you didn't want it, you said, hey, that's a risk. I want it to come back and test. Look where it came back and tested. You got two runs out of this play right here, guys. You got two runs. So, if you wanted to mark technically the pre-market or the morning market like Josh does, it's this little box here. One, two, where's it? This candle. One, two, three. Here's your three candles. And that's really no range to trade other than 610.40 to 611. That's not even a point. So waiting on that kind of a breakout on this kind of a day, it was not a breakout in a trend day. It just wasn't. It wasn't going to give it to us that day. When you come back to the 1 hour and you look, the 1 hour RSI at market open right here, we were already at 70. It didn't want to give us a whole lot, but there was a little bit of momentum left to push that up some. It wasn't much. It wasn't going to trend. It wasn't going to trend. I don't think I see a day where we start like in a 1 hour time frame with the market and get a trend day out of the RSI being that high on a high time frame, like a 1 hour time frame. It's just there's not enough to push it. It's going to run out of gas. It may plateau and range and looks, basically that's kind of what we did on Friday. But on a small time frame, there was a couple of trades there. And I based all that really off of the previous day high. And you got one more test. Looky here, I'm going to show you another one. You see this little structure that we drew on the previous day, how we found this consolidation zone? Look where we tested. Boom, right here. So, I suck at drawing on here, guys. I'm sorry. Uh, where's that paintbrush? Right there. So you got this test off of the high of the day before, and you got this test off of the low of this structure right here that we found. So it's nice to identify some structures, especially at the end of the day, get those highs, and if it consolidates there and the market closes, you know, that's a pretty good area to mark. So this was great, even if you didn't take it out of the gate, and a lot of people don't like it, and I get it, you know, it's good to let the market settle 15 minutes. Even if you didn't take it out, you you got a retest here and a retest here just off of drawing your this little consolidation. The high of the day before and the low of that range that we found. We had a bounce here and a bounce here. And this one was a really good play, 609 all the way back to 610.70. So it wasn't a bad play at all. Now I can find you a better day soon it if you wanna draw it and it make a little more sense to us. This was a good day at the beginning right here. Let's do this day. This is Thursday session. Thanks, brother. Sorry, guys, I'm just not with it tonight. Okay. When I see the pre-market here, I'm going to go back. Let's see here. Right here is market open. Okay. So this is what we got. This is a blank screen now. We're looking at it before the market opens. This is pre-market all the way up to 9:30, right? Yep, 9:25. Okay, Sunit. Now, so you can go on TradingView, you just go down to replay trading. You have to click and drag this screen up and it'll say launch bar replay, like right here. You can see it. I don't think you can enter trades, but or practice entering trades. This was a good pre-market range. I got highs here matching up with the highs of pretty much the previous day. Right here again, previous day highs are so important, guys. Previous day highs. Now, on the bottom side, I've got pre-market here. There's a little gap down here, but I like the volume more in like the last hour, hour and a half. You know, even the last 30 minutes there's more volume in pre-market. So I've made a horizontal ray here, a horizontal ray on the top which also gave me confluence, after hours highs, and previous day highs. They all line up together. That's telling me it's resistance. That was definitely resistance. Now, I would not have took this out of the gate. It looked like the MACD wanted to flip over, and the RSI was pointing down. So I would have wanted to watch this consolidate a few minutes. Let's replay it back here. Let's see how the candles give us Senate. Everybody okay? You guys watching? Everybody good? First candle, we get a wick, tries to go up. No trade yet. No trade yet. Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. Here's your first three candles. One, two, three. So let's make us a line here, Senate. Wherever the bottom, wherever the top is. You know, you can mark the bodies, you can mark the wick if you want to be more conservative. If you want to mark the wick, that's fine. Okay, let's keep playing. Okay. Oh my God. uh, I just switched it, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, it put us right back there. Now, here is, let's put I like putting the rectangle in. Here's the range that we've dictated. Here's yesterday's highs. Basically, this is pre-market highs. Here's our lows. Okay. Now, this candle is over VWAP and closed. And look at MACD here. Look at that MACD. This was a little fake out move. Now it wants to come up. This RSI needed to pull back. It needed to cool off and get another run. Now, we're on 5 minute. We're on 5 minute, Lisa. So at this point right here, I am looking at calls. I've got calls pulled up. I got my orders pulled up. Whatever, however you enter, I am looking at calls because we have just busted a candle through resistance. It's telling me get ready because what are we doing? We're making new highs. We're going past the previous day highs. It's so important. Number two, the MACD is now flipping back up for us, and we're over the zero line. MACD is split in half. Up here's the bulls, down here's the bears. Okay. The middle is the zero line. Anything over top of it, we're in bull hands. Anything under it, we're in bear hands. Now that depends on the time frames too. I'm usually entering, I'm looking at a bunch of time frames. I'm usually entering on fives. Let's do a 15 right quick. Okay, here's a 15-minute candle. The 15 looked bullish to me the whole way. But we want to get out of this range before we get a confirmation. Now, if I go back, I say, hey, you know, what's the previous day highs, and then what's over top of me after that? 604.80 to 604.90. So 604, basically 60. I'm sorry, 606. That was the highs up here from this day. So that is also in our way and needs to be on our radar. Now let's hit play. We'll go back to a 5-minute candle. Let's hit play. See what we got. I would have took a small position on that candle when it closed. Got another candle. What did we just do? Can anybody see that? What we just did? See that white line? What did we just do? I'm horrible at drawing. We tested VWAP, Mike Con. We tested VWAP. Okay. I would have took position on this candle. And a matter of fact, I could have probably took profits on this candle. I like get 604.30, 605.75. That's already a point and a half. I could have took profits right there just fine. And when this candle came back and touched VWAP, I could have loaded again. This was a good load zone. Why was it a good load zone? Let's go to a 15. We're still way over 50. We've not gotten overbought. The MACD is coming over the zero line and pointing upwards. Even on, let's look at a 30. This is giving us confluence. Multiple things are telling us up. Look at this beautiful 30-minute candle here. Okay, direction and pressure. Let's go back to the 5. This simply tested VWAP. I told you I took a position on this candle and could have took profits and reloaded on this candle. Now let's go back to play. Mike, if you put your stop loss, there we go. Now, if we load it on VWAP, because we are in a upward trend, if we load it on VWAP around 604, not up here where the candle closed, but when this candle come down and touched, my finger hits the buy button right there. Okay. And Mike, if I was running on like my normal setup, I would have had a stop loss going up with this candle. And you're right, when it came down, it would have kicked me. This right here would have been entry again. Now we've just ran again 604.40-ish up to 606 again. Let's look what we got. That candle actually got over the highs from 2 days ago. That's a quick play, Mike. Market order only, Cuba. Market order only. Now, where are we at? That's the kind of play you can make with Weeble. Now look where we're at, guys. Let's go back. We have now closed a candle above previous day and 2 days past highs, 3 days past highs. Now, if I'm looking for the next spot that's going to give me trouble while this is going on, I got to scroll back some, and right here is what I'm saying. 607.90. You could even call it 608, but I'll take the body for the most accurate trouble I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. We're still in this trade. Still in this trade. We have started trending. We took profits once or got kicked and then reloaded on VWAP. See what we get here. This candle tested the 9 EMA. That's all it did. My target would be this up here around 608. This candle just tested the 9. Tested the 9. That candle would have kicked me. This candle would have kicked me. But we got in down here. 604.40. I would have probably took some profits up in here. And the only other way is saying I would stay in this trade is I would have made a line on this candle as support. You could play it that way, but I would be out of this trade at that point. What's the next thing? Oh yeah, Mike. See, if you mark that as support, now to me, this is consolidating. Let's see if we test VWAP or not. Right there. This is going a little faster than the normal candles, guys, but this candle could have been a reload. We would have took profits probably up in here. If you had a runner, this one would have kicked you. But I would have considered loading again right here on VWAP again. I don't remember what happens, so let's see. I just took position, I would say, right here. If you took it off the VWAP line, you're still up. You're not sweating. See that line that we made? Look, that line we made off this wick right back here. Look what it's doing now. It's resistance now. It's acting as resistance. What was support got broke and it became resistance now. Now I'm watching this MACD the whole way. See if it's going to stay above the 0 line or go south on us. I would still be in this trade. Boom. If you got in down here close to VWAP, 605.90, that one would have kicked me. 605.90, 605.80. Maybe a half point scalp off that. That would be a quick scalp. Now you're testing VWAP again. What's changed now? What would you guys do? What's changed? Anybody see anything? Would you load again now on VWAP or no? You guys tell me. I don't remember where it goes. Does anybody see anything telling you to get back in on a 5-minute? No. Zachary, no. MACD pointing down. Good job. What else? RSI has dipped now below 50. We're in the 40s. Let's see where she goes. I probably would not have either. If it breaks VWAP, I would say I want to test the top of structure again. There you go, Daryl. Yeah, this is all we can do as far as trading on a replay. Okay, that candle held. How much do you pay to use TradingView a month? TradingView has a free tier. Yeah, it does have a free tier with some things on it. Um, I have to look at my account. There's a few different subscriptions. Boom. Looky there, guys. That's why we didn't load. Now, do I want to be playing puts off of this? Let's look at a 30. We're still up in bullish territory on a large time frame. Here's the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour, guys. You see this? We're at 63 on the RSI, upward direction. See how there's differences? You know, it's a lot of it is in what you're trading. Are you trading a 5 minute time? Are you trading a 3 minute? Well, you know, it all depends on what you're trading. Uh, but when I like to get entries on a smaller time frame. Now, here would be decision time for me. If I'm saying, what's the bigger time frames? I want the 30 and the 1 hour. What are they telling me? Well, they're still saying up, but this 5 minute just, you know, took a little dump on us. I would be looking to reload calls somewhere close to the top of this structure, and this candle right here might have done it. I mean, we're 50 cents away from the top of structure. And if I actually move my bar to the top of this wick, which is okay to do, well, looky there. We just tested it. And sometimes you got to be on the fly and make a few adjustments. But looking back, that wick kind of told us something. And that's exactly where that candle closed. So I would probably consider calls here. Let's see what the next candle does. Yeah, there you go. I would have took calls there. Boom, baby. I'd probably be out with profits. Yep, there you go. And that's why I would have got 605 basically, 605.30, 606.70-ish. That's a point. A whole point, 5 contracts on a whole point move. I'll take it. Leave one runner because look at this candle here, what it did. It would have ate all your profits up by not taking, if you didn't take some profits up here. Now, another reason we would have took profits there is because we said that was previously some support that became resistance on all these candles. So if I had 5 contracts, I probably would have shaved 3 or 4 right there and then let this candle kick me out, like at break even or something like that. What's up, Clutch? We're just looking back at structures and kind of, you know, where we would take positions and all that good stuff. So at this point, I would be neutral probably right here. It is bullish leaning. Let's see what happens next. I would probably want to start making new highs. If we've already gotten this first trade off VWAP here once, looky there, guys. Now we cleared these highs. I've been looking for calls here, making new highs. You could have looked in here, this red candle off of VWAP. You could have took a risk position off of VWAP in here. That's true. You could have. Because why? Let's go to the 1 hour. It was leaning bullish the whole time, remember? So the 1 hour's got to override the 5 minutes, guys. Use the 5 minute to get closer to your entries, closer to the EMA and the VWAP. And we got the 9 EMA and the VWAP. So, this was going to be a good. I think this ends up being a good run, and I'll shut it down after this. I know we had three or four good trades right here. This one was a biggie off of the top of structure. Remember? Yeah, that bad boy's gone. Huge move. Now your 5 minute curled back over again. It needs to build support here. And it did. Okay. I'll go ahead and stop it there, guys. But that's a good way of going back and looking, hey, how does this work? Where should I have gotten in at? There we go. How do I get out of this? That got us back. Nope. Hmm. Let me let this play out. Clutch, you doing okay, brother? Anybody got any questions? Anything you want me to look at? That's a good way of going back and looking at the day being live. Best times to take entries. There we go. So I did take calls, small position for next Friday. Um, and if I go back, well, let's go to the daily for a second. Here we go. I like the MACD, and I like on the daily that the RSI is at about 60. And if I go to let's go to the 4 hour, we'll do a volume profile. Let's get these from that last big move up. And we get these last three. We got we got through all this junk down here. I knew once we cleared 606, we could start moving up pretty quick, and we did. Um, I think it's time. I think it's about time to start making new highs, man. I really do. We've consolidated here for a good little piece since January 17th, January 15th, something like that, in this neighborhood here, from five, basically 590 to 611, 21 points worth of consolidation right here. We've moved above this big shelf at 606. I think it's about time. I would love to get over 610 and close a daily candle. Then I think we got room to start moving 615, 620. So I bought one call for next Friday. We'll see how it goes. I just did low position size. I think it's about that time though. King, yes, I'm starting to do the Qs also. You want to look at it? It's going to look similar, but it needed to clear that 533 first for it to move up. Well, really 530. Then this last shelf. There's not much up here, man. There's just not much up here. If to me, now look where we're at. Catching this. There's not much up here, man. I think it can eat through this level pretty quick. Start making new highs. I mean, a lot of this is going to be based on uh, some of the big companies. We got, let's see what, man, I don't know if anybody shorted this the other day, but I told people if it lost 1250, it was going to be a good move down. You got all the way to 1050. It was 2 points. I played it a little bit on SoundHound. Um, Golly, what a gap. It's a mess, that one is. News driven. Uh, let's do let's do 1 hour. Okay. Hmm. There we go. Okay, guys. I'll do this and then hop off. Got big support back here at 530. It moved up on a little lower volume maybe than the SPY. I still think it's going to press through though. You can see the big shelf down here. What's highs? 539.20. Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens this week. Going to be a 4-day trading week. Be a little shorter. Look at that daily MACD on the Qs. That's I'm a little bullish, man. Look at that. Rocket. So I think new highs this week or the next week, if we can hold those upper shelves. That's kind of what I'm looking at, man. All right. Yep. Yeah, me too, King. Me too. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Hopefully we hit a few things that help somebody. I just wanted to hop on, see if anybody had questions, help out a little bit. We'll do a live tomorrow, look at some stuff. All right. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate the heck out of you. You know how to support me. In the description, you can use my link for the Discord that supports me. Tip jars in there. Weeble links in there. And the Blowfin link. And I love you. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow.